is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire, I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. The taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a child. Oh, but the fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire.
Shore to shore, he'd seen 50 states or more. Wasn't a place he hadn't been. Was the same for that.
That can be an 1831.
Battle scars in a man.
Guys, we're on 1826. As you meet Gunter and Darby, team number 47, 764, Jose and Angel, you'll be 48, Daniel Chad, hit Loman's back.
Antonio right in. +5, you're going to get 12 and 42. Next up, it's Alex Carvajal and Antonio.
Come along, boys, listen to my tale. Tell you of my troubles on the old Chisholm Trail. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yi, yippee-yay. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay. With my foot in the stirrup and my hand on the horn, I'm the best damn cowboy ever was born. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yi, yippee-yay. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay. On a $10 horse and a $40 saddle, going into punching in longhorn cattle. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yi, yippee-yay. I'm a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay. I started up the trail October 23rd. Started up the trail with the two you heard. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yi, yippee-yay. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay. Tell 'em, Don.
Woke up one morning on the Chisholm Trail with a rope in my hand and a cow by the tail. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yi, yippee-yay. Come a tie-yi, yippee-yippee-yay.
Now you, Red.
Till I'm up in the morning before
before daylight, before I'd sleep, the moon shine bright. Come a tie, yippee, 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 yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. It's cloudy in the west and it looks like rain. My darned old slicker's in the wagon again. Come a tie, yippee, 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 yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. No shaps, no slicker, and it's pouring down rain. And I swear by God I'll never not hear it again. Come a tie, yippee, 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 yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. Last night on guard, the leader broke the ranks, hitting the horse down the shoulder and I spurred him in the flanks. Come a tie, yippee, 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 yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay.
Jim Bob, the wind began to blow and the rain began to fall, and it looked by God like we was gonna lose them all. Come a tie, yippee, 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 yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay.
I crippled my horse, I don't know how, roping at the horns of a 2U cow. Come a tie, yippee, 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 yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. With lightning in his eye and thunder in his heel, it went spinning round like a hoop on a wheel. Come a tie, yippee, 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 yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. My horse throwed me off at the creek called Mud. My horse throwed me off and I landed with a thud. Come a tie, yippee, 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 yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay.
Last time I saw him, he was running across the level, kicking up his heels and running like the devil.
Come a tie, yippee, 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 yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay.
We rounded them up and we put them in the cars. That was the end of the 2U bars.
Come a tie, yippee, 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 yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. Well, I went to the boss for to draw my roll. Boss had me figured $9 in the hole. Come a tie, yippee, 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 yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. Now me and the boss, we had a little spat, so I hit him in the face with a 10-gallon hat. Come a tie, yippee, 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 yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. The boss man said,
well, I'll fire you, not only you, but the whole damn crew.
Come a tie, yippee, 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 yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. So I sold my horse and sold my saddle, and you can go to hell with your longhorn cattle. Come a tie, yippee, 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 yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. And I hadn't been home 2 days or 3. I put off my gal for to see. Come a tie, yippee, 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 yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. Tammy said,
you better quit that cowboy life if you ever want to have a pretty little wife.
come a tie, yippee, 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 yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay. I'll sell my saddle and I'll buy me a plow. Swear by God I'll never rope another cow. Come a tie, yippee, 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 yay. Come a tie, yippee, yippee, yay.
I'm living at the Mustang Motel. There's a gun rack on the wall, that whiskey smell. I don't want to know the stories them cardboard walls could tell. I'm just living at the Mustang Motel. Well, I went up to Montana once to play. It didn't pay much, but it wasn't far away. The big wheel said, we're glad you're here. Check in and rest a spell. You'll be staying at the Mustang Motel. I don't think the locals like my songs at all.
The words just floated by and hit the wall. They just sat there in the gym and stared. They thought I was dumb as hell, 'cause I was staying at the Mustang Motel. I'm living at the Mustang Motel with my friendly local hosts, Laverne and Mel. I don't want to know the stories them cardboard walls could tell. I'm just living at the Mustang Motel. There was this girl sitting there while I was playing. She smiled at me, said, "Honey, where are you staying?" Her teeth were white and her eyes were twinkling like stars. Then they fell as I was staying at the Mustang Motel. There's a picture of a moose and a bullet hole by the bed. A cigarette burns on carpet and the telephone's red. I think I'll get a bottle, you know I might as well, 'cause I'm staying at the Mustang Motel. I had the lady put it in a paper sack, and I took a little nip or two on my way back. The jailer shook his head and grinned as he locked me in the cell. Man, it's a step up from the Mustang Motel. I'm living at the Mustang Motel. They got a gun rack on the wall and that whiskey smell. I don't want to know the stories them cardboard walls could tell. I'm just living at the Mustang Motel. Yeah, I'm living at the Mustang Motel.
Living on the road, my friend, was gonna keep you free and clean. And now you wear your skin like iron, and your breath is hard as kerosene. You weren't your mama's only boy, but her favorite one, it seemed. She began to cry when you said goodbye. Sank into your dream. Pancho was a bandit boy. His horse was fast as polished steel. He wore his gun outside his pants for all the honest world to feel. Well, Pancho met his match, you know, on the deserts down in Mexico. Nobody heard his dying words. Oh, but that's the way it goes. All the federalists say they could have had him any day. They only let him out of kindness, I suppose. Lefty, he can't sing the blues all night long like he used to. The dusty poncho bit down south ended up and left his mouth. The day they laid poor Poncho low, Lefty split for Ohio, where he got the bread to go. There ain't nobody knows. All the federales say they could have had him any day. We only let him slip away. Out of kindness, I suppose.
Poncho fell and left his living in a cheap hotel. The desert's quiet, Cleveland's cold, and so the story ends, we're told. Poncho needs your prayers, it's true, to save a few for Lefty too. He only did what he had to do, and now growing old.
All the federales say we could have had him any day. We only let him go so long. Out of kindness, I suppose. A few gray federales say could have had him any day. We only let him go so long. Out of kindness, I suppose.
Charlie Siringo was just 19 years old in 1875. Hell-bent on pushing his luck with them Longhorns up north on the Chisholm Trail Drive. He told his dear mother he promised to squander no wages on women and wine. But Charlie Siringo should never have made no big promises he couldn't mind. Now Charlie spent 15 long years on the hurricane deck of a Spanish cayuse, till the boss found that barbed wire worked cheaper than Charlie. Yep, and cut old Charlie loose. He drifted to Kansas and tended a store, but 3 years was more than he could stand. So Charlie Siringo rode up to Chicago and became a Pinkerton man. Charlie Siringo, he loved a fandango, and no one can argue with that. He would ride in a minute for the pure glory, then fight at the drop of a hat. Like wild Texas gringo, Charlie Siringo, he rounded them up mighty fine. And I am a friend of old Charlie Siringo, and Charlie's an old friend of mine. Now Charlie Siringo rode down through Durango in the summer of 1899. Hot on the trail of some bad desperados wanted over the Wyoming line. blowed up a pay train and gotten away with the dough. Charlie spent months on the trail of the wild bunch, but let old Butch Cassidy go. That Charlie Siringo, he loved a fandango, and no one can argue with that. He would ride in a minute for the pure glory in it, then he'd fight at the drop of a hat. That wild Texas gringo, Charlie Siringo, he rounded 'em up mighty fine. And I am a friend of old Charlie Siringo, and Charlie's an old friend of mine. Charlie Siringo was 51 years old in the summer of 1906. After 22 years as a cowboy detective, he figured he'd just call it quits. Now old Charlie understood he needed a livelihood. He couldn't get by on his looks. So Charlie remembered his Wild West adventures and wrote them all down in his book. Now Charlie Siringo, he loved a fandango, and no one can argue with that. He would ride in a minute for the pure glory in it, then he'd fight at the drop of a hat. That wild Texas gringo, Charlie Siringo, he rounded 'em up mighty fine. And I am a friend of old Charlie Siringo, and Charlie's an old friend of mine. That's why I'm a friend of old Charlie Siringo, and Charlie's an old friend of mine.
Me and Ernie Taylor, we left Denver yesterday. We was a-hauling his old Scorpion horse home. By the time we reached my cattle guard, it was plain to see that everything I had at home was gone. She didn't leave a note for me saying where she had gone, but she ain't coming back, she closed all the gates. And after 7 years of rodeo, she finally turned me out. I reckon she's had all she could take. That's all that woman left me was one grass rope and a trophy saddle that I'll never ride. 2 pairs of Levi's and a pair of Justin boots, and she left them 'cause neither one's her size. She'd warned me 100 times someday she'd leave. She'd take every single thing she could find. I don't mind her taking everything she called hers, but damn it, I don't like her taking mine. What the hell, I got me 2 more rodeos to make this week, and a long way to haul that horse of mine. And I know they'll throw this dance up in Red Lodge Friday night. There'll be a sweet thing to take her off my mind. 'Cause all that woman left me was one grass rope and a trophy saddle that I'll never ride. 2 pairs of Levi's and a pair of Justin boots, and she left them 'cause neither one's her size. They wouldn't have been here if either one's her size.
that's alright. I was up all night, but I passed out before the sun came up. I really wanted to see one of those. I know that's no way for a man to behave, with a mortgage due and a baby on the way. But somehow I made it to where I'm at. It's been a living as a matter of fact. I get a bad attitude from being tired and running around. Never ask for anyone, say they like my sound. I've never been a part of any musical scenes. I ain't just talking Nashville, if you know what I mean. They don't write about me in their magazines. I don't ask for no reviews on the songs that I sing. I've never had a lot of friends, and I'm alright by that. But people keep on coming back, raising hell with the hippies and the cowboys. They don't care about no trends, they don't care about songs that sell.